a spectacular pastor. You know how to get the hearts and the likes, but can you change a life, son?
Our church is thriving because of me.
It's time for the big announcement.
I'm so excited that you had a chance to join me today. We're about to be blessed.
I'm here to announce and introduce you all to the new pastor, someone who is my spiritual son, Pastor Cleophas Patterson.
I'm your real son. You think you can take this from me? Let's call every church and let them know I am ready to take over their ministry. Now's the time. You take over Potter's House. Let me take over Denver. Send me to Chattanooga. Plant me in Chattanooga. They say that's New Atlanta. Put some drum rolls in the comments right now. God is moving me in my ministry to Lubbock, Texas.
Looks like he figured it out.
I give it a month.
You are the man of the house. You are not to call me for any reason. If it gets that bad, you take it to God.
I'm the pastor's new senior consultant.
New pastor's what now?
Titles aren't important. I'm really just here to ease the burden.
Funerals can be so hard.
I want an open casket.
But if it's open, people gonna be able to see him in there.
Yes, yeah.
He's gonna be dead. If we could bow our heads and oh, Jesus.
You sure your daddy was wrong about you?
Relationships are about give and take. Well, do you even know what it is she's asking me to do?
I want my husband to close his eyes and with a giving heart, I want him to eat my...
Amen. Give God praise. Hallelujah.
You going to hell.
Oh, well, no time to go back now. Amen.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Yeah. Again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'm gonna try to come back on, ain't you? Yeah, I felt it in your inner Shondo. How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome to a new edition of See You in the Morning, starring BET Plus Churches, BET Plus original series Churches on Cletus Cassidy. That's me. I'm in the building this morning. How's everybody? Hope y'all are doing well. Let me, so much going on. Hold on, y'all, hold on. Try to bring some more light in this situation here. Maybe that'll change some of what's going on out there. Good morning. Nope, it's just not gonna happen this morning. This morning, the Frigidaire keeps making me disappear this morning. It's the Frigidaire. I don't know what's happening with the Frigidaire, but we'll try to keep the show going regardless of what the Frigidaire is doing. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. I'm so excited to be in the building with you all. One more time. Now, if y'all see that I'm fully dressed this morning, I usually don't have on clothes. Y'all can see the whole kitchen now. I usually don't have on clothes, but I got a doctor's appointment this morning, so I'm trying to get in, get out. That's going to be the move for the day. In, out. In, out. See, the refrigerator keeps refrigerating. I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe I need to get a black refrigerator. My president is black, my refrigerator too. Anyway, welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. It is Monday, so y'all know that means it's going to be the weekend recap. If this is your first time hearing this, you are about to experience something so cold. If you watched this show before and you found it not robbery to come back one more time, man, I appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. I'm trying to get the refrigerator out of the background. The refrigerator is really getting on my nerves. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all about that. The refrigerator is bothering me this morning. It is upsetting me this morning because it ain't never been there before. I've been in the same spot. The refrigerator ain't never tried to get his couple of moments of time, and now here we are. Now the refrigerator wants to be somebody. It's because it's a white refrigerator. If I would have had a black refrigerator, would have just sunk into the background like it's supposed to. And all these white refrigerators, they trying to do everything they can. Anyway, if you want to know about this show, one thing about this show is the show is always going to be something different. Always going to be something different. The only thing that I do every show is I come on here and I speak to everybody. If I ain't sleep with you, I'm going to speak with you. So that's when I'm going ready to go to this morning, man. And I speak to the first 3 people that speak to me. They get the mythical medals, the M&Ms. So let me give those out real quick. The bronze medal goes to the birthday girl. Just had a birthday, man. I ain't going to tell your age out in public, but it's got a 4 in it. It's got a 4 in it, but I like it. Merry birthday to her. My homegirl, TT, Tiny and Tasty. Y'all say merry birthday to TT. She just had a birthday. Amazing. Christopher Nail. So for her birthday, she gets the bronze medal. I'm so excited. Winning the silver this morning, Lisa Hill with the silver. Good morning to you. And winning the gold is the pride of North Carolina, Courtney Weston and Murphy. Good morning. Those are the mythical medals. They've been given away. They've been given out. The winners have won. Also here this morning, Eminem, Michelle McKinney, Emmy Time, Emmy Place. Dolores Lewis in the building. Franita is also here. Melissa Kuthalite Luther. Good morning to the best dressed man in Virginia, Ronald Cross. Lisa Bazemore Bishop is in here. PP, Patricia Pippin is in the building. Jalik is in the building. Wilberta is in the building. Ida. Oh, there go my cousin Mo, and then my cousin Steve. Both of them in there. Good morning, Z. How you doing? Fatima, how are you? Wilberta, good morning. Eva Tay, good morning. Who else is here? No, it's Lisa's birthday too? You said happy birthday to Lisa. So happy birthday, Lisa. I didn't know it was Lisa's birthday. I was saying happy birthday to Crystal, but merry birthday to you too, Lisa, if it's your birthday. So we'll get into it really quick. Good morning, Fatima, Natasha, Courtney. My man Ace, what's good, bro? Out there driving them trucks. Truck drivers, let me tell y'all something. Truck drivers are overlooked. They're an overlooked commodity in our country. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If you know a truck driver, hug a truck driver. First of all, it's where all the drug dealers go when they want to get their life together. Whenever, I'm not saying you personally, Ace, but I do know that when the drug dealers be like, you know what, I don't want to sell drugs no more. They go ahead and buy a truck. When they get that going, truck driving and drug dealing hand in hand. But overall, I'm a big fan of truck drivers. Big fan of truck drivers. First of all, I'm a big fan of truck stops. Truck stops are immaculate places. If you ever gone to a truck stop, take your time to stop at Love's. You can get everything you want in there. They got leather recliners in there. You can sit in that little back room. You can gamble. You can take you a shower. You're going to have to pay for it. But you can get you a shower up in there, man. Beautiful places, man. And if you're looking for love in all the wrong places, truck stops is where you at. You got ladies in there, the lot lizards is what they call them, a lot lizard. You can get you some good stuff, and I mean I don't know, but I've seen it happen. I've seen people. I stop at truck stops. If I'm driving on a long trip, I get tired. It's one of the places I go if I need to get some rest. And between a truck stop and a rest stop, the truck stop is usually safer. But you go to those truck stops, you can get in there. It's a lot. It's a whole world. And if you're trying to find you those R. Kelly headphones, those R. Kelly, girl, you know you got that vibe. You're looking for those Bluetooth sets with the whole. I don't know why truckers wear the big headphone. Breaker 19, I got you. 1212. I don't even know if they still talk over the CB radios or not, but they talking over them big headphones. They're gonna get that a trucker safe haven is Love's. The truck, but y'all don't understand. Truckers make everything happen. If truck drivers would have stopped, we don't have nothing. How you think all your cheap stuff gets to Walmart? Truckers. They take everything. Truck drivers, get out there on the road about 4 a.m. and you'll see how America moves. Truck drivers, I shout out truck drivers. If truck drivers would have stopped driving trucks, we ain't got nothing. Nothing gets from point A to point B without truck. Who y'all think get it before Amazon? The truck drivers. And they getting good money out there on that road. And they got that little area in their truck where they doing the nasty. If y'all see that truck moving, somebody's grooving. I'm telling you that right now. Y'all see that truck moving, somebody's grooving. I'm gonna get into the big part of the weekend recap, but big ups to all my truckers up there that's out there. Listen, some of y'all are some nasty truckers, but I like it. My weekend recap is quite simple. Friday, I did a show at Nansman Brewery. Big shout outs to Nansman Brewery. I'm not a beer drinker. They made me a blueberry. They made me some kind of drink. It wasn't really beer, but that was delicious. But because I don't drink beer, and that's all that was in there. So shout out to Nansman Brewery. I'm gonna tell y'all, it was a sold out show. The makeup of the show was the exact opposite of what you would expect for Black History Month. It was snowing. Let it snow. That's what we got in there. That's exactly what happened in that show. It was a lot of snow in that room, but we had a good time together. I wasn't hard to spot. You could find me easily. Oh yeah, the black guy. It threw them off because I think they all thought Cletus was gonna be a white guy. They heard that Cletus was coming to do comedy, and they were like, "Well, this ought to be a good time then." And then, bam, you get my black hind pots. It's crazy. So that was cool. So then I was supposed to be off all weekend. I got an emergency call. A comedian didn't show up to do a gig. And so I went out to the big city of Franklin, Virginia. So shout out to Mrs. Hatch, H&H Catering. They had a Valentine event out in Franklin, and the entire city of Franklin was there. Clearly, there's nothing else to do in Franklin. So the entire city of Franklin was there. And we had a good time. I got up there and told a few jokes out in Franklin, and then immediately came home to wash the smell of Franklin off of me. I just feel like that the scent of Franklin, it permeates you. I was like, let me get out of here. I can't do it. I don't want too much Franklin in my system. I had to get that out of there. So everybody in Franklin was there. So that was a good time. And then Sunday was the day. Sunday was the day. We need to go ahead and digest all that happened on Sunday. First of all, Sunday, I am a huge proponent for the Super Bowl being on Saturday. I'm a huge proponent of the Super Bowl being on Saturday. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know if y'all can see. I put a Ciroc on here. It took everything away. But I had some Ciroc, all me, yesterday. That's all me. I ain't had no help. Ain't nobody drink along with me. It was all me. Super Bowl should be moved to Saturday because I think this was light. I think this was light work. I'm almost guaranteed. I'm 100% sure most people went through a whole bottle. Most people went through at least a bottle. There's so much liquor consumption, food. Gluttony is at its all-time high. I really think that you shouldn't be making people go to work on the day after the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Monday, either we need to make this a national holiday, or you need to tell people, no, we're going to move it to Saturday. Either Monday needs to be a national day off, or we need to move the game to Saturday, and then we can just skip church. We just skip at church, then that's fine. But when we start mixing in skipping church, this work, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be a difficult situation. Big shout out to my girl Marche, who apparently became an S&M worker over the weekend. So shout outs to her. We'll get into that a little later. So that happens, right? All day is preparation for the Super Bowl. I went to my local grocery store. Nothing was in there. It was a barren wasteland. You would have thought some kind of natural disaster was getting ready to happen in there. There was absolutely nothing in the grocery store. Nothing that you would want. All the chicken was gone. Won't no wings to be found. Y'all was even buying shrimp. I guess with the proximity to the first of the month, people still had some stamps left. All the good stuff was gone. I had a friend of mine send me his picture. His wife made lobster and stuff like that for him. I was like, okay, all right, y'all doing it big out there. That's what we're doing. And so there was no, I couldn't find, what are those things? Tortilla chips, like the little scoops, you couldn't find any. There's nothing. All of it was gone. Velveeta prices became crack prices. I don't know if they're putting blue magic in Velveeta, but so much ugly dip must have been made on yesterday that Velveeta was like, we finna get all our money for the year right now. The amount of money they were charging for a block of Velveeta, I could have went out and bought me a kilo of cocaine and started my life over. I had to go buy me a kilo. I had to go buy me a kilo of Velveeta to make me some ugly dip, and they had raised the price on it. Now, Courtney, I'm a big fan of the Doritos. But they didn't have no Doritos in the store I went in. And I won't go in store to store. I'm just shopping for myself. I'm not doing a whole lot. So you start preparing for the Super Bowl early. Everybody gets their dips going. Their foods, wings are cooked to a high level. I didn't do any of that stuff. I had a regular dinner, steak, potatoes, and broccoli. And I made ugly dip because my son asked for it. So a regular day. Then we get to the football game. The Super Bowl has always and will always be an American institution that we love. Now, there's all kinds of rumors going out about why we have the Super Bowl halftime show. Apparently, they're attributing it to Living Color doing a halftime special. And they talk about the number of people watch the Living Color halftime special made the NFL come back the next year with Michael Jackson. I'm going to say this. As much as I love Living Color, and I'm a huge fan, that show launched the careers of so many amazing comics. It was that conglomerate of talent in Living Color is unmatched. Unmatched. And we were just taking the Wayans brothers, Jamie Foxx, Ace Ventura was on there, Tommy Davidson, David Allen Greer. There's never I've watched. There's never been an ensemble of comedy quite like in Living Color. Most of those shows, when you watch the Dave Chappelle show, it was really Dave Chappelle, and he would have a few other. Ashley Larry was on there, and he did a fantastic job. But the number of comics wasn't the number that you had in Living Color. Saturday Night Live definitely didn't meet what a Living Color had, and especially when you start talking about blacks, man, it was crazy. All they had to do was add Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. They'd had everybody, but the Living Color was beyond its time. But I still don't think they put enough people on there to make the Super Bowl worry. I don't think everybody was tuning from the Super Bowl to watch a Living Color, and I'm all for Black History Month facts, but I'm gonna need some more research done on that. I'm not 100% sure, but if it is the case. And that's why we had Michael Jackson at the Super Bowl. Keenen Ivory Wayans should be protected at all costs. The Super Bowl halftime show has become as big as the Super Bowl. If not, in many cases, bigger. Depending on who the artist is. When they had Beyonce on there, I think it was bigger. And even this year, with Mr. Raymond, Usher Raymond was on. I think people had a legitimate, palpable desire to see the halftime show. I think a lot of women tuned in, which is crazy because people were complaining about people tuning in to watch Taylor Swift be at the game. I think a lot of people tuned in to see Usher at the game. So you had Usher and Taylor Swift together. It was amazing. It was great. The Super Bowl averages is about 100 million people watching at any given time by ratings. 100 million. That's not even talking about the number of people just gathering. But it's crazy. Kim T. Young says Disney used to produce the halftime show. Random bands used to perform. Once in Living Color waited to run up during that time. NFL stepped up their game. I can't say whether that's fact or fiction. I don't know. And to be honest, this morning I felt like doing the research. I just did. I had no desire. I didn't. I just didn't care. So I will give it, if that's what it is, then thank you, Keaton Allen Wayans, for taking it to a new level. Now, if you know anything about the game was at 6 p.m. Eastern time. The pregame show came on at 11 a.m. They talked about everything. I think they got every single storyline that they could possibly get. If you watch all those pregame shows, more power to you. They guarantee to try to make you cry every time. Every time they're going to come up with some story about one of the players used to be handicapped or crippled, or their grandmama ain't got no legs or something crazy. Then they went into one story where the one player, man, his only dream was to make it to the NFL so that his mama could finally wear a decent wig. He spent his whole childhood watching his mama wear bad wigs, and he just knew that if he could make it into the NFL one day, his mama's wig was going to be all right. If I could just get my first check, that's what he said, my first check. Everybody else was buying their mama cars and houses, and I just went down to Yao Ming and bought my mama some good hair. For once in my life, my mama can have some 1B yakky straight. And that was all that's all he cared about. It was an amazing story. It touched me. It pulled on the heartstrings. Then, when we finally get to the game, I wouldn't want to play in the Super Bowl. My attention span ain't ready. I would tell them, call me when it's time for us to play. Because we had to have a concert before the show, then a concert. It was concert game. Miss Andrea Day sang Lift Every Voice and Sing the Black National Anthem. Big shout outs to my friend Karen Poole, who was one of the background singers for Andrea Day. Y'all may know her as one of the singers on my Thanksgiving song. She's now singing for Andrea Day. I believe if you ask her what was more impactful on her career, she would have to say singing background for me. But, you know, some people know Andrea Day, and it was the Super Bowl, so that's fine. They did that. Then they did God Bless America, and then they did the national anthem. We got so many songs before the show. I'm like, what is this? I'm not standing up for all these songs. I'm going to pick one to stand for. If you would have saw me kneeling at the Super Bowl, it won't because I was trying to make a statement. It's because my legs were tired. We've been standing here for 3 long songs. Lift Every Voice and Sing. Can I be honest, black people? Is the most difficult song to sing. It is hard lifting your voice to sing that song. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. After that thing is hard. Let our rejoicings rise. It's too much. Sing a song. It's too much. National anthem ain't got all that. Man, listen. This, if you were to do a wavelength on the national anthem, it's pretty much lift every voice and sing. This is what you doing the snake with your voice. And that second verse, I'm hanging it up. Full of no, it's too much. But it was pulled off. We sang all the songs. Then we got into the game. And here's what we'll talk about. And I see what Z is saying. Z said, let's play devil advocate. Does anyone think the games are rigged? Absolutely not. First of all, way too many black people involved for you to rig the whole NFL. Each team has 50 players that they sign for game day. 50 players times 32 per season. 32 teams every year with 50 players on it. Let's do the math on it real quick. I normally don't use a calculator. I'm anti-calculator, but I'm going to use one right now. You got 53 men on 32 teams. That's 1,696 players. 1,696 players. That ain't even mentioning when some guys get hurt during the year where they might bring in another 5. So that's another, let's just say we got 2,000 players per year playing the NFL. Not to mention the doctors, the sideline crew, the chain people, all of those people. So you telling me 2,000 people a year, when we start adding the ancillary people, the chain crew, coaches, assistant coaches, people that work in the cafeterias, all of these stuff, let's just say that's going to be 5,000-6,000 people per year. And you got all of them in on a conspiracy, I call BS. All you people who say that is rigged, it's impossible. Second, anybody who says that the NFL is rigged has never played professional sports before. They've never played Little League football. You didn't play in high school. It's impossible to rig. That's a small. Listen, here's the problem, Angelique. That's a small number when the elite control the world. That's not. Here's the problem. You gonna tell me 5,000 people keep their mouth shut every year for the last 50 years? Ain't nobody go out on their deathbed and say, I'm out. Hey, I know I'm dying, but the 1942 Super Bowl rigged. No. Ain't nobody told they ain't that much money in the world. Do you know how many broke NFL players there are now? People not just broke, but broken down. CTE, ain't nobody in their crazy moment told the truth about it. Let me tell y'all what really happened in the NFL. No, y'all can believe it all you want to. It's just not. That's just not the case. It's impossible to rig. If you played sports, you understand it's impossible to rig. It's impossible. I am possible. First of all, the ball's got to be thrown. Somebody's got to make the catch. You gonna tell me it's perfectly scripted that he makes everything? No, I am possible. Sports are just sports. I'd have said there's too many variables. It's just too many. There's no way you can do it. I love a good conspiracy theory. And they shot every one of them down. They're like, well, watch, because after the game, they got it set up so that Travis Kelce can propose to Taylor Swift. Didn't happen. He gave her a good luscious kiss after. Didn't happen. Now, I don't know how Vegas always can get the odds just about right. Vegas be on them odds. They know something that I don't know. Vegas be on them odds. It's not rigged. Nobody knows who's going to win the game. People say that the refs making the calls are rigging the games. How? How, Sway? How? Y'all tell me how. Somebody still got to do whatever the ref said. How? It's not. Those refs out there, they getting paid big money. It's on national TV. How, Sway? And I know it's popular to say the game is rigged. It's popular. I know it's a popular thing to say. I know it feels good for people to be like, hey. But everybody plays on the same rules. Like I had somebody yesterday try to tell me the rules of the game are rigged for certain players. Everybody got to play under the same rules. Everybody. No matter what the rules are. No matter what the rules are. Everybody got to play it. The naysayers are the reason why they get away with it. You watch sports. You watch sports. You tell me how it's possible to rig a football game. To rig a whole season of them. Now you can get a guy in there that's a little dirty and he might do this and the third, but a whole season? No, cuz there's no way. Good morning, Ron. Right. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, before the game, anybody that would say that it was rigged, the people that said it was rigged is all 49er fans. It's all 49er fans that said it was rigged. 49ers had one Chiefs fans would be like it was rigged. The rigged rumors are ridiculous. we got out there. We had a heck of a game. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I feel sorry for Green. One of the worst injuries. Martin Manica got hurt, tore his ACL. Celebrating. Here's the thing. Y'all always talk about the refs cheat. The refs just don't cheat. There is no benefit to the ref cheating. Let me explain something to y'all. When y'all start talking about high school football, the referee's getting maybe what, $50 a game. Ron, you here? My man Ron is here. Ron is an amazing athletic director. I'm talking about top tier. He's an athletic director for the entire city of Suffolk. Suffolk schools sports have gone on an upward sway since he's been in there. Referees getting what, $50 a game? You telling me for $50, your soul is that empty that you're gonna go and cheat a bunch of kids over $50? Y'all say what you want to say. Whenever I see somebody called and say the refs was cheating, this, that, and the third, it's usually the losing team. It's usually the team that lost. The winning team don't be like, hey, man, we lost. We won because of the refs. Never. It's always a losing team. 9 out of 10 times when it happens, it's because you lost. You lose, you lose. Deal with your consequences. But we had a good game. Now, a lot of people thought it was boring. I love defensive football. I realized that the Super Bowl is at an unfair advantage. The Super Bowl is at an unfair advantage. You have so many people who really aren't sports people or football purists watching the Super Bowl, so they just want to see a whole bunch. They just want to see a whole bunch of touchdowns. That's all people want to see. People want to see touchdowns, touchdown this, touchdown that. They want to see touchdowns, big plays. That's what they want to see. A football purist just wants to see a good game. That was a good game all the way through, even without the score, and it was a good game. Sloppy at times, but you knew you had two good defensive teams. Anybody who knew football knew they had two very good defensive teams. So the first half, you didn't have a lot of scoring. You had less scoring in that first half than you had at most truck stops. There's more scoring at most truck stops than there was in that first half of the game. And then we opened up a lot. Super Bowl used to be a time where the commercials were amazing. These commercials, horrible. These were some terrible commercials. I don't know what's happening. Now that we got social media, all the creatives use all their creative energy all year long. All year long, use your creativity. Then we get to the Super Bowl, and it was horrible. The commercials were terrible. I dare I say there was not one memorable commercial. You used to watch for the commercials. The best thing we got out of this is we finally learned how to say Tamu. Black people been calling it T-Moo forever. We've been T-Mooing forever. Now we finally know how to actually say Tamu. We've been saying it wrong. That's the only thing that I walked away. That was my only memory of the Super Bowl. And first of all, we've been buying way too much stuff from Tamu if they can afford multiple Super Bowl commercials. We've been buying way too much. Now I need Sheen, Shine, or Shein to do a commercial so I can know exactly how to pronounce that. That's who I need next. It's Tamu. Now, I really thought it was Timu. Next, I need whatever. S.H. ladies, y'all in here. Is it Shein? Is it Shine? Is it Sheen? Dominic is saying Shein. Mo is saying Shein. If it's Shein, I'm not buying anything from her. I will buy from Hen. I'm not buying anything from Shein. I'll buy from Hen. They got to get something. I never thought I'd see the day when Scotsman would have their own commercials. And that's all we're getting out of them. Commercials from Scotsman. Sheila said, mind your business on how much. Y'all spending too much money. And Temu, first of all, is if you buy one item, I bought something from Temu one time. I bought something from Temu, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Temu is an abusive relationship. They are stalkers. Once you get something from Temu, they will never leave you alone. They all in your inbox. They texting you. They offering you 16,000% off. They just doing everything. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I can't continue this. I had to walk away from Temu. Temu is too much. That's what TEMU stands for. Too much. Too much. TEMU. T effing much. Too effing much. They all over you. Oh, they all over you. They all over you like old men in upscales. They all over you. Doritos didn't even have a commercial this year. Doritos is like, people still buy Doritos whether we have a commercial or not. Where else are you going to get a pineapple corker for 99 cents? Where else are you going to get a pineapple corker? They're all over you. So then we get to what many people think was the crowning achievement, the crown jewel of the Super Bowl, and it was Usher's halftime show. Let me be upfront with y'all. I expected more. I was really excited for Usher to be on there. I expected more. And this is the reason why I give on a scale of 1 to 10. I gave Usher a 6.5 to 7 on his performance. And I'm going to tell you why. I expected more. There's a greatness in Usher that I expected to come out, and I didn't see it. Usher has had a residency in Las Vegas for the last 46 years. He's been there doing shows in Las Vegas. He's had strippers on poles. He's been doing all of those things. And I just didn't get all of that out of Usher. And now I'm gonna tell y'all this. If Usher had been anybody else, I think I would have gave it a 10. But because of my expectation, because I know what Usher can give you, I expected more. It was not a bad halftime show at all. Was not bad at all. Usher pulled out all the stops. But he was dressed like an 80-year-old church mother from the beginning to the end. Well, not at the end because his chest was out. His chesticles was everywhere. But when he came out there with a shawl on, I already knew we was in for something different. He had brooches everywhere. I was like, what is he doing with a brooch? What is he doing? He came out there with a brooch on, and then he had midgets flying through the air, dances. It was a lot of homages there. Shout out to him for leaving the drum set empty, though. For the drummer that passed away. There were a lot of hidden jewels in there. There was a lot of hidden jewels out there. But he came out dressed like he was in Missionary Board number 7. I don't know what that was. And then it just got weirder and weirder as it went along. No, we couldn't tell who anybody was. Jermaine Dupri, somebody say he's in a sunken place. I don't believe in Illuminati, but Cat Williams might have been right. That man came out there in a preschool outfit, and I know Jermaine Dupri's a little man, but he came out there in that baby Gap outfit with them ruffled socks. He came out that thing. He came out that thing. The socks was what the problem was. And I swore that was CeeLo Green. Jermaine, I swore when he walked out there, I was like, look at CeeLo. And I'm racking my mind trying to figure out what song CeeLo and Usher have together. But it was Jermaine Dupri. And there's no way anybody. Here's the thing. Now the Brat is a man and Jermaine is a woman. So Def is in trouble. It's now so confusing because I don't know what was happening out there. And then will.i.am, he's been gone so long. I thought he was Kanye West and Alicia wrong keys. I don't know what this. I don't know if she didn't rehearse, but that first note, she hit that first note, and I was like, wait a minute. Alicia came out that thing. If you talking about false start on the first play, of Alicia Keys came out penalty out the box, and she ain't never recover. Now she was dressed like Dorinda Clark Cole, but she ain't never recovered from that bad first note. And we can blame the sound people. We can blame a lot of people. Alicia and Usher, two of the best singers. Usher, a lot of times his vocals going in and out. He was doing a lot. He roller skated underneath a young man's testicles. And that for me was the part that I can't do. Because here's the thing. If you've ever limbo before, you got to lean your head back. So for just a strong moment, Usher was roller skating through somebody's legs with his head back at his crotch. I can't do it. There's absolutely no way. I'd have roller skated around or something, but I can't do it. 9 out of 10 times, you're going to have your mouth open. Now, Usher did prove something that I've been saying for a long time. Usher Raymond is a villain, and he must be stopped. Usher Raymond is a villain, and he must be. I told y'all when he did what he did with Keke Palmer, I told y'all Usher ain't worth a dime. And he showed y'all again. Imagine Swiss Beats tuning in just to see his wife on stage at the Super Bowl. And here she is, all smiling and giggling in Usher's face, singing My Boo. Wait a minute. If I was Swiss Beats, I'd have tore that whole setup. I'd have tore all of that up. It is no way. Usher Raymond must be stopped. He intentionally is disrespectful with other people's women. Listen, Angelique, you give me all the acting. You gonna act better. She was acting up. Usher is a menace to society. He has told you clearly, do not leave your girl around me. And yet people consistently leave their girl around Usher. He must be stopped. Did you see the warning before he performed? He warned you before the performance that there would be some relationship issues. There's no way. Listen, that last hug, that was hot dog. That was hot dog in the buns. It was no space in between there. He had nestled his man meat right there. Now, Alicia ain't really got no yams. It was terrible. When she looked back and smiled, no, ain't no way you gonna have me. No, that look back, you knew who was back there. Usher is a villain. Robert say flat back is soft back. I don't know what Alicia, I never felt Alicia's back. I don't know what's going on back there. I'm just telling y'all, little booties matter. If nobody proved it last night, Alicia Keys was able to put her tiny behind on the public scale, let everybody see it. Swiss said, mind your business. No, Swiss need to mind his business. Because his business was getting taken last night. His key smile was pricing. Oh, I put a price on it. Whatever it is to put a hit out on Usher. Men, we have got to really put Usher together. That Usher's out of control. I don't know what we got to do to stop Usher, but it has to be done. Usher is a menace, and he must be stopped no matter. Usher is Megatron. Usher is Megatron. He must be stopped no matter the cost. And y'all can go, the number of people that bought tickets, my friend Rhonda watched the performance, immediately bought tickets to the DC show. I know somebody else bought a lot of tickets. People are going. And I want them to go. The main reason why I said I gave Usher's performance a 7, because I realized he was rushing songs. He's only giving you snippets of songs. He was rushing. He was on a time scale because it was at the Super Bowl. So I understand that. I understand what's going on in there. I understand he was outside. He was dancing. I really believe if you go see him at his residency or his concert where he can just take his time, where he can take his time and sing, I think it'll be better. He even tried to do he couldn't even get that right. He couldn't get it right. He was doing too much. He won't get in time to catch his breath. Any real singers all know that breath is big when you sing. You got to be able to breathe. And I don't think he was able to. He was sweating like a hoe in church. So it was a lot. It was a lot happening for Usher. He won't able to do the whatever that is. The thing that only him and Maxwell can do. I don't know what goes on with Maxwell. That pray God, but it's different, you know. So Usher, I gave that performance 7 out of 10. Everything wasn't working. The sound man was hard. It was rough. The Super Bowl is a performance that not everybody can do. He dropped an album right before that, and then the Queen of Petty. Is this your queen? Usher got finished as soon as the last feather was swept up. Beyonce dropped an album. Boy, let me tell you something. That Beyonce knows Carter. Something else. You hear me? This Super Bowl ain't had nothing to do with her. And she went ahead and dropped the album. They're like, I'm getting ready to do country. I love it. This part too, I ain't never been a Beyonce fan, but that level of petty works for me. Okay, Usher, you've had your moment. Guess what, Beehive? Listen, she didn't drop the whole album. She dropped that her album is dropping. I love it. Uh-oh. You talk about Beyonce, the internet shut me down. I can't even believe it. I should have known it was going to happen. Jay-Z is way too powerful. I mentioned Beyonce and the internet shut me down. Y'all hold on. I'm coming back. Just hold on. I'm coming home. I told y'all I didn't believe in Illuminati, but it might be something to it. They shut me down immediately as soon as I talked about Beyonce. As soon as I talked about Beyonce, they went and shut me down. I don't know if the Illuminati is real or not, but I do know I got shut down. Y'all saw how that went. We was all here. We all saw it. I got to get out of here because I got a doctor's appointment at 9. But I talked about Beyonce and immediately internet was like, nope, you sure won't. My cabinet is open, ain't it? My cabinet can be open. I didn't expect to be on the thing. Y'all shut up. All right, let me get out of here. I can't. I need my computer to get back to my my Black History facts. But shout outs to Usher, 7 out of 10. Big shout outs to the Kansas City Chiefs. Whether y'all believe it or not, at this point in time, Patrick Mahomes, greatest quarterback in history. Tom Brady used to do it, but now, no, sir. Patrick Mahomes, if you look at what Patrick Mahomes has done in his first 6 seasons, he's been a quarterback for 6 years. Every one of those years, he's at least been in the championship game. 5 of them, he's been in the Super Bowl, and he's won enough of them. 3 of them, he's the GOAT. I know people love Tom Brady. I know, and I know there's gonna be some of my Caucasian friends are gonna be angry with me saying it. But at this point in time, there is no one greater than Patrick Mahomes. I made the statement. I meant it. I said it I mean that from the bottom of my heart. There is no quarterback greater than Patrick. You look at that team, he got a great value team of players. You don't know, he ain't got no brand name players on that team outside of Travis Kelce. Ain't no brand name players on the Chiefs. Not a single one. And he's winning Super Bowls. The GOAT. Patrick Mahomes. GOAT status. Some of y'all may disagree with me, but GOAT status. The GOAT, Patrick Mahomes. He sounds like a fraud, but he's a GOAT. Oh, and people can inveigh if they want. Today's word of the day is inveigh. INVEIGH. It's a formal word that means to protest or complain bitterly or vehemently. Like its synonym rail, it's typically used with against. Students invade against the new dress code policy. So you can invade all you want to about Patrick Mahomes being the GOAT. You can invade about my opinions on Usher's performance. You can invade about the NFL being rigged. But invade. George, I said outside of Travis Kelce, everybody else on that team, great value. I ain't never seen a team that had to take somebody and not let him play because they felt like he was going to make a mistake. No. Patrick Mahomes, GOAT. Y'all going to leave that man alone. That man going through a lot, man. He can't believe his team lost. Y'all better leave that man alone. He done talked cold, hard trash all year. Inveigh, a formal word that means to protest or complain bitterly or vehemently. That is what it is. That's our word for today. Of course, it is Black History Month, so I've been trying to give some Black history facts. I wanted to go and give these Black history fact. Charles Peete, born in February 1929, died in 1956, was an American professional baseball player. The 1956 champion of the AAA American Association, had a 1-month, 23-game trial with the 1956 St. Louis Cardinals of Major League Baseball. Peete was projected by some as a leading candidate to be the Cardinals' starting center fielder, but he was killed in a commercial airplane crash near the Caracas, Venezuela airport while flying to his Winter League baseball team in late November 56. Peete, his wife Nettie, and their 3 young children were among the 25 victims of the crash. He was nicknamed the Mule. 5'9", weighed about 190 pounds, and he hit left and right-handed. He was a native of Franklin, Virginia. But what I love is that he signed with the unaffiliated Portsmouth, Virginia Merrimacs of the Class B Piedmont League. After he went in the Army in 1952 and he served in the Korean War, he was part of the Special Forces playing football and baseball. So if I have to go to war, that's the best thing to do. He was honorably discharged in 1953 after 15 months in the military. After his discharge, he came and played with the unaffiliated Portsmouth, Virginia Merrimacs of the mid-level Class B Piedmont League. Peete was the first African American to play in that league since the baseball color line was broken in 1946. He batted .275 in the 125 games he played for Portsmouth. So, yep, that is Charles Peete, man. The Cardinals drafted Charles Peete, man, and his career was cut short in a plane crash in Venezuela. And right now, man, there is still a baseball league in Charles Peak named after Charles Peak. People played Charles Peak Baseball League. I played the Charles Peak Baseball League a lot. So there you go. Now you know the meaning behind Charles Peak. Y'all know the man behind the league. The man behind the league. We had a fantastic show today, man. It was great. The last thing I'm going to say before I get off, Usher was allowed to bare both of his boobs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got to bring a stop to woman boob shame. Men are able to go and show their nipples no matter what. We saw Usher gingerly and tantalizingly take his shirt off and show his nipples on the Super Bowl stage with no outrage, no anger, but yet a fraction of a second of seeing Janet Jackson's illustrious, amazing boobs caused the whole world to shut down just a little bit. Women, I need you to stand up. Ladies, I need you to let them out loud and proud. Why is it okay for man nips to be out, but women's have to be shamed and hidden? No, there's a nipple for everyone, and there's a nipple for me. Allow those boobs to be free. Listen, either we get all the nipples or we get no nipples at all. When it comes to nips, let them rip. Get them out. Ladies, those memories are yours and feel free to show them. No shirts make it work. I insist that at the next Super Bowl, held in New Orleans of all places, the next Super Bowl is going to be in New Orleans. What city is known more for naked boobs than New Orleans? I believe in the spirit of Mardi Gras. Let them hang out, ladies. Listen, do your tits hang low? Do they wobble to the floor? We don't care. Just let your tits show. Let boobies ring. From the mountains of California to the valleys of Phoenix and to the bayous of Louisiana. Let boobies ring. Let nipples be free in a freedom that we've never had before. Let your nipples ring. And if you have a nipple ring, that's the thing. Let your nipple rings ring. I have a dream, ladies and gentlemen. I have a dream that women and men alike are able to run through the streets shirtless. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your bounce that counts. Let it happen. NFL, America, we need to see those double D's. And let the words of the great Negro poets, when we have next year's Super Bowl, when we have the Super Bowl next year, let the words of the great Negro poets ring out. Throw some D's on that. Throw some D's on that. Throw some D's on that. I'm out. The Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'll be back again tomorrow. Remember, we master our money so the rest of the week knows about our. Make somebody feel good about themselves. Make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. We'll be back on tomorrow. I'm out like the titties should be.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off off on the radio. Now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Yeah, 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 yeah.